In this lesson, I want to update what happens here whenever we click the best deals today only. So right now we don't have anything happening, and I want to make an update to that so that we can actually create a modal and have a pop-up window and so on. So let's go open up our editor, go down to the bottom. So usually for modals, I'll create modals right at the bottom of the page because they're actually, that's probably the best place for them. So after we've finished off all the rest of the source code, then this is where we create that modal. And so modals are those pop-ups by default from Bootstrap, and they're really easy to create, and users really love them. So they're really nice kind of pop-up communication dialog windows for users. So first of all, let's give it an ID. So maybe we'll just call it modal1 in case we've got more than just that one modal. Give it a class of modal, and we can give it a role as well of dialog, so that we know that what the purpose of this particular element is going to be. So let's open this up and do another div here, give it a class. So with Bootstrap, it's all about the classes, so modal, dialog, and we'll give it a role again, so that so that we can better identify it. So role equals document, and close off that div. And now let's add in some content. So another div, and I know there's a lot of divs within divs here for Bootstrap, but this is the way that we can add in all of these classes and all of this different information for Bootstrap in order to be able to them to properly assess that content. So we've got our modal content, and modals are similar to any web page where we've got a div class, and our first class is going to be modal header. So this is where all of that head information goes. Best deal offer ever. So this is the head content of it, and I'm going to actually create several more elements here. And let's change this modal to modal body. And lastly, modal footer, and update some of that text in there. And by now, save big. And then within the footer, we typically would have a button, maybe another call to action or something like that. So this button, for now, we're going to create a button. We're going to do type button, and this should be button. So type button and class. So give it a class. So btn primary. And I know I've used primary in all the buttons, but with Bootstrap there's a number of different options. So for now I just want to set it up as primary, and then we can take a look and see what flows best within our structure of our website. So data, and this data dismiss attribute is going to tell Bootstrap what we're trying to do with this particular element, and we want to dismiss a modal so that it understands that's the purpose. And for the users, we're going to write out close there. And so now lastly, what we need to do is actually hook this particular action to that ID. So we had given something a date. We need to specify a data target. So let's go up here where we've got our button, and we've got to target that modal1 element that we've just created. So that will give this button the ability to actually to open this up whenever it gets clicked. So, and again, this is all done through Bootstrap attributes. So data and data toggle is the attribute, and then we need to just specify that this is specifically for a modal data and now we need to specify our data target. So toggle target, and we're going to specify it. Don't forget to include that hash there. So modal 1, and I believe that's what we had called it. So now everything is hooked up. Go to our web browser, refresh the page, and click the button, and there we go. We've got our modal, so close that up, and if they want more information, this is the best way to add that in. We've got our content here, we've got a bunch of products that maybe we're selling. We need to also add some spacing around this particular one because this one's a little bit cramped. So we're going to show you how to do that in the upcoming lesson. So again, adding in some customized CSS as well.